Hi, good morning, Unity Church of Oak Park. I'm so glad to be here singing with you this Sunday. I hope you enjoy the day. It's a beautiful rainy day. And, well, let's come on in, everyone. Standing outside the door of love, of mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Well, the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter what you've been, come on in. You'll find a place of rest in the arms of Spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and heard your feelings. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Well, the Father waits with open arms. God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter what you've been, come on in. There's room enough in the house of love. Someone just like you. Come on and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter what you've been, come on and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter what you've been, come on and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter what you've been, come on in. Come on in. Come on, everyone. Yes.
Wow. Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. All right. I had to make sure I was here. Come on in. I am ready to come on in. Are you guys ready to come on in? You know, this morning I heard that song a little bit different because, I've been away for a while, and when we hear those words, come on in, it rings the idea of opening our heart to allow that love to come on in. And we are definitely doing that here at Unity of Oak Park. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. And good morning to our YouTube audience. If we can turn around and say hello. Good morning. And I also just want to welcome Paulette. Thank you for such a great introduction with our choir. And Diego and Juan Lorenz, thank you so much for that beautiful Welcome Home, Come On In song. I just love that song. So we have lots to celebrate in our community. And I know today it's a rainy day, so I just want to recognize all the brave souls who came in with their hair all put together, their clothes all dry. So thank you for being here in person, and thanks to the YouTube audience for also connecting with us this morning. There's no wrong way in connecting with Source, with that love, with that appreciation, the love that we are. And while I was away, I was so grateful for our amazing community, of all the hard work you did while I was on vacation. I just want to appreciate all of our team members. I want to appreciate the prayer chaplains. We had a beautiful service on Thursday to celebrate World Day of Prayer. And that's just another way of connecting with Source, connecting with our absolute good, just like we are doing today. So thank you. If we can just give them all a hand. Thank you, Carl. And so in that space of gratitude, I also just want to recognize Ryan Priester for his beautiful message of finding our place within our community. And I also want to thank one of our superstars, someone that allows me to always remember to keep that heart open, and that's Lindsay Ambrose. If we can just thank Lindsay Ambrose. Yes, and I saw a few people stand up, and once you hear what I'm about to share, it's going to make all of us want to stand up. So Lindsay has not only taught the class the 5 unity principles, she has also demonstrated the 5 unity principles as a leader of our community. She has also brought her own family to be part of the service. She's also organized today's event, which is the scavenger hunt with Sarah's Inn, and she's also co-chair of the gala. So speaking of someone who lives the truth, it's Lindsay Ambrose. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of our team, and I really feel your love and your... Can I give you a hug? After all of that, I need a hug. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's the 5th unity principle. It's not only to share your words, right, but to demonstrate it. And that was a demonstration. So thank you. Thank you for all you do. Today we are also partnering with Sarah's Inn. Sarah's Inn does beautiful work in our community of Oak Park, and we believe in what they do as an organization. They are supporting women and families who have been on a dark journey of abuse. And so we will share a little bit later of Sarah's Inn, and Sarah's Inn will also be available in our bookstore after the service so that we can connect and support. Because I believe that together we can create a more loving world for everyone, for women, for families, and for all of those who are seeking a place of safety, of love, pretty much what we share here every Sunday. So Sarah's Inn, right after the service, through these doors, you can go to fellowship, to our bookstore, learn about the gala and all the amazing things we're doing here. And speaking of creating more love in our world, today we are commemorating 21 years of a horrific, tragic event in our country and in our world, and that is September 11th. So today I want to commemorate that day in our opening prayer. If we can just take a moment to get into that sacred space of silence, of love, and we can utilize the background noise that we hear, the raindrops, to soothe our soul, to soothe our spirit. And just know that those raindrops, that breath that you're taking is nourishing our spirit, our community, our world. Take a nice deep breath, breathe in, and exhale. One more full breath. With our eyes closed, we know that we have that awakened mind to remember the good, the absolute good, as we remember the loving souls that were lost 21 years ago, September 11th. We bring them into our heart, into our consciousness, knowing they are that pure essence and substance of love. As we remember that day, we also remember all the families who continue to mourn their loss after 21 years. We support them with that love, with that loving energy. We also remember all of the heroes who stepped in to protect the power of life on that day and beyond. We also remember all the Americans, all of our friends who support, who believe in creating a more loving world. We bring all of that consciousness of good in our heart as we remember love, the power to love, knowing God is that power of love. God is the absolute good that has no opposite, but its pure substance is available right where we are with that awakened mind. And with that awakened mind that God and our good is absolute, everywhere present, we recognize the strength, the power to heal and to transform our mind, our community, and our world. With the power to express love in our world, we bring it forward not only today as we commemorate 21 years of that tragedy, but we celebrate it today as a calling for us to be more loving, to treat life like life is our friend. Let's be that loving friend. With that as our intention, we say thank you. Thank you for allowing ourselves to be that expression of love. And so it is. Amen. And now please join us for the daily word.
Testing.
The sound man, thank you. Good morning. So this is a daily word from May 5th, 2005, and today is September 11th, 2022, and the daily word is blessing others. Holding a vision of perfection, I pray for others. I pray for others knowing that all blessings are present and available for them to receive. I give thanks that they are in God's tender care. I see each person not as someone in need, but as someone who is fulfilled in every way. As I pray for the healing of others, I do not think of illness. I envision them radiant with energy and joy. As I pray for the prosperity of others, I do not acknowledge poverty. I behold their blessings of abundance, received and about to be received. I see the timid as protected and the meek as confident. They are held in a vision of perfection as I picture good already present in their lives. I am thankful for the blessings that my loved ones and friends have received. As I pray in thought and word, I envision them whole and well, guided and prospered. And from Colossians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. The daily word for September 11th, 2022, blessing others.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll say the word to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. We'll find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. We'll find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. And you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder. I'll never let you go. And we can always count on each other. That's the word. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. And I can count on you 'cause you can count on me. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulette. Can we hear one more time for Paulette? We can definitely count on you. Thank you. And that was such a great segue from the Daily Word, because the message of that song was counting on each other, and I saw Scott and Marilyn Joy counting on each other for the Daily Word. So thank you guys for counting on each other. So in that spirit of that message, I want to start with a little story. So let's see if we can envision that story for ourselves. So there once was a little sister. She was around 6 years old, and she wrapped her arm around her little brother, and she told her little brother, "It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. Just let your feelings out. Just let your feelings out." And so the mother passes by, she overhears the entire conversation. And it's one of those proud parent moments when you hear your children say something good. And she says, "That's beautiful, dear. I love what you said to your little brother. But why is he crying anyway?" And the little girl flips up her hands and says, "I hit him. I hit him." And so what's endearing about that story is that we always have the power to express good. We have the power to express the absolute good, the substance of what we are and what we are innately made of. And the reason why it's a great power is because it helps us with our relationships with life, with our friends, with our families. And so here is some wisdom from Unity author Martha Smock. And she shares, "One of the things we must learn in the conquest of living a more fulfilling life is to make friends with life. Trust life as you would trust a friend, and one of those ways is to be that friend." Wow. Trust life like a friend. Are we trusting our life today? Or are we in that place of being suspicious of what's going to happen next, or what next bad thing is going to happen today? So let's put this into our perspective. It's easy for us to trust our life as a friend when things are going smoothly, when things are going our own way. It's easy to trust life as a friend when we're feeling that way. But what about all the other days when things don't go our way, right? How do we treat life as a friend? I don't know about you, but there's a list that I have created in preparation for this lesson that maybe we can relate to, of why it's hard for us to trust life like a friend. And here's the list. And let's see if we can relate to any of them. So it's hard to trust life like a friend, first, when things don't go our way, but yet, if someone did us wrong, someone tested us, someone mistrusted our relationship, someone cheated on us, someone decided that we no longer had a job in that company. When we are in that space of not trusting, it's hard for us to move forward. For some of us, when it's hard to trust life like a friend, we close our eyes. We close our awareness when something good is coming our way. For example, and maybe you've heard this being told to yourself or to a friend, when you're receiving good and you say, "Oh, let's not celebrate yet because you might jinx it," or "let's not be so positive because we might jinx it." So if God is absolute good and that celebration is good, then we're saying that we're jinxing, or God is jinxing our experiences, which is a lie that we tell ourselves, which leads us to the next place. When we're not trusting life, we also close our heart. We close our heart to great opportunities that could be right in front of us. And we do that by finding fault in that experience, so that if we have a rejection, it softens the blow. And we do that by finding fault, by criticizing, by blaming the opportunity, the experience, so that it can soften the blow just in case things don't go our way. And so in those moments, what we're seeking is spiritual understanding. We're seeking an understanding beyond the pain, beyond the disappointment that we experience in those moments, especially if we lost our job or if we went through a pivotal moment like losing a loved one. So how do we have that spiritual understanding so that we can see beyond the pain, beyond the disappointment? Well, one of our wisdom teachers shares that viewpoint. But before I get there, I want to see our viewpoint so that we can connect to the lesson, to the wisdom that we're about to receive. So let's imagine you're having a conversation with one of your friends, a real friend, someone that listens to you, someone that gives you good advice. Bring that person to your mind. Imagine you're sitting right across that person, and you're telling them one of the biggest disappointments that you have, one of your biggest pains that you're carrying in your heart. You're sharing that pain with that friend that's right across from you. Maybe it's a family member, whoever that friend is. And so as a good friend, they listen some more, and listen some more. And you're sitting on the edge of your seat, waiting for some kind of encouragement, right? You're waiting for some kind of like inspiration so you can move forward, right? And that friend, and you're gonna want to lean into this one. YouTube audience, you as well. Your friend tells you these exact words. You must agree with your adversary. You must agree with your adversary. Oh my gosh. I waited this whole time to hear that, right? I don't know about you, but some of us might be thinking, if a friend of mine, friend of ours, said that to us after we shared our pain, our discomfort, and we heard those words, we might want to hit them upside the head, right? Like, what? Right? Like, what are you saying? I just shared my pain, my disappointment, and that's the best you have to say to me? Well, I know we're all loving people here, so we probably don't have that thought going to our head, right? Because we're seeking spiritual understanding, and we're probably also seeking some kind of understanding why this person is my friend, right? The friend that told me I have to agree with the adversary, with that bad experience, with that rejection, with that disappointment. Well, that wisdom is the wisdom Jesus gave his followers. You must agree with your adversary. Wow. What does that mean? What does that all mean? That is spiritual understanding. However, when Jesus shared that with his followers, with his friends, with his communities, he shared it from his perspective. So in order for us to understand this wisdom, we have to expand our context of the wisdom. You must agree with your adversary. So if we were to explore the mission of our wisdom teacher, Jesus, we would recognize that he perceived and saw the wholeness in everyone. He saw the absolute good in everyone, including the people that tried him, the people that tested him, and eventually the people that crucified him. So if he was able to do that, to see beyond all of that, we could do the same. Spiritual understanding. Seek the absolute good in our experiences and in others, so that we can have a great relationship with our life. So Jesus is not saying that we should condone violence, that we should condone fear, but he is saying, have faith in what shall appear with your power? What shall appear with your power? And our power is to see the absolute good in everything. And I know for some of us, because we are emotional beings, it's hard to see that at all times. We may need some time to see things differently, to see the good in our experiences, to see the good in our relationships. Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, shares this similar wisdom. She shares, when we develop our awareness and our capabilities in loving service to our God ideas and humankind, all of our temporal needs will be supplied bountiful measure, in bountiful measure. So when we're able to see and experience the absolute good in our adversaries, we shall be fulfilled with the spiritual understanding that will provide for all of our needs. And so here's an example, because it's great to see these teachings in an example so that we can incorporate them in our own individual lives, especially on a day like today. So the following story comes from a Broadway play called Far From Away. And in this play, it was based on September 11th. It's a true story. In this true story, which many of us have experienced it because we were old enough. I'm trying to see if I see anyone that's 21 years of age here, right? Who's 21? Now, is that your absolute truth? So we've all lived the September 11, 2001. And on that day, while there was terrorist attacks on our country, in that time, the aerospace was being closed. So that meant that a lot of the flights that were already in the air had to be diverted because they closed the airspace. And because they closed the airspace, there were thousands and thousands of passengers that had to go somewhere. And so there was this small town called Gander, and 7,000 passengers went to a small town of Gander. And just to give everyone kind of a general view of how big that town was, that town had 11,000 people at that time. So imagine them receiving 7,000 people in their town. There probably wasn't enough hotels or enough food or stores, but they took in 7,000 passengers and 19 animals from the cargo airplanes. And so all of these people that came to the small town of Gander, they were suspicious. They didn't know who to trust. They didn't know what was going on. Similar how we feel when we're going through our own hardships. It's hard for us to trust. It's hard for us to know the good. And so the people of Gander, they all stepped in and they provided lodging for the 7,000 people and the animals with what they had. Some of them slept on the floor in their living room, some slept in the kitchen, but they did whatever it took to support the 7,000 passengers. And so if you're guarded and if you don't know how to trust, but yet you're receiving all of this love, guess what happened to the people who were stranded there, the passengers? They were able to let their guards down, to build friendships and connections and keep their heart open to spiritual understanding, absolute good. And so years later, the people who were stranded in that town came together, not because they were being redirected by the energy in our world, but they came together because they were directed by their source of love. They wanted to reunite with the friends they had made. There was a mayor in that time, and he shared in one of the reunions, today we honor what was lost, but we also commemorate what we found. We also commemorate what we found. What did they find? Spiritual understanding, absolute good. They found God. They found God abilities, God ideas. And those God ideas are everywhere, especially where you are. And so sometimes, when things aren't going our way, we may assume that someone out there is keeping our good. Some evil source out there is keeping us from fulfilling our good. But what Jesus, our wisdom teacher, what the wisdom teachers of the people of Gander, and what Myrtle Fillmore all share is the following. It is not the condition of life that determines our path, but is our willingness to seek the absolute good in humanity and access our God abilities. And so you're probably wondering, well, what is God abilities? If God abilities is the constant principle in our life, what is that? Well, that is any idea that unifies, that harmonizes, that multiplies. That is the absolute good. So maybe whatever hardship we're going through, maybe the idea we need in that time is peace, because peace will unify our mind. Peace will harmonize our relationships. Peace will help us multiply the great ideas that are already within us. Take love. What would love do? Love in action, love as God ability, unifies people together, like the people of Gander, like the people of Unity Oak Park. It also harmonizes relationships when we express kindness, right? That's love. And it also multiplies, meaning that when people know that you are that radiant expression of love, they want to be your friend because you're that comfort, that trust that they're looking for, you're looking for. So sometimes, people say, I've done my forgiveness work. I have forgiven that experience I went through. I forgive the job that fired me. I forgive the relationship that I ended. But yet, they're still talking negatively about the job. They're still talking negatively about their ex. And so that is not healing because we weren't able to see beyond that experience. That is not spiritual understanding. And here's something worth writing down. This is how you know that you have healed that experience, healed that relationship, so that you can develop a relationship with your life, with God, and your God self. You know you have healed a relationship when you can thank that relationship or experience for opening your heart. Can you thank that relationship for opening your heart? That is seeking what Jesus shared. Agree with your adversary. Can you thank that negative experience because it opened your heart? Think about it. If you can't, it's okay. You're still healing. Maybe you need a little bit of time. But eventually, you want to get into that space where you can say, thank you for opening my heart. And so let's put this into deeper personal perspective. As I shared in many of my lessons, one of my adversaries was my own father. And for those who haven't heard the story, here's a little bit of it. He did not accept me as his son at an early age, since 3 years old. And so I closed my heart for a long time. I didn't know who to trust. If someone expressed love, I was suspicious. Like, why are they being so nice to me? Why are they putting their arm around me? So I had blocked my heart for a long, long time. And that's not a pleasant place to be. However, this is the transformation. The spiritual understanding is when I started to see the absolute good in my dad and in my siblings, I was able to realize my own gift. Not because it was something I had to find, it was something I had to reveal. So the gift is the following. I saw the absolute good in my dad by thinking like, wow, he has great relationships with my siblings. I love him for that. And I love my siblings that they can love my dad back. I love that. And because I was appreciative, I was able to recognize my own gift. The gift is that love is everywhere. Maybe it wasn't in that relationship, but I found it in creativity. I found it with my neighbors. I found it at school. I found it here. I found it there. And I found it because I was it. So the great wisdom that we get is when we're able to agree with that adversary, not the condition, but the power that we always have. How can we see this differently? Am I ready to move forward beyond the appearances and create what we want to appear? If we focus on what we want it to appear, then we shall fulfill that. And to do that, it begins with our thinking. Can we think differently about that experience? Maybe we didn't get the right house, or maybe we didn't get the right relationship. However, the next relationship you have, or the next home that you have, you're going to be more appreciative, right? You're going to be more appreciative because you know what you could have had. And so if you're in that appreciative mindset, you're in that loving presence. So you're going to unify, you're going to harmonize, and you're going to multiply even more good into your life because we were willing to see things differently. So now let's go back to our own life. Bring a doubt to your mind. Bring something you're worrying about. And ask yourself, how can I be a friend to my life in that situation? How can I be a friend to my life in that situation? Do we need a little bit more patience? Do we need a little bit more kindness, self-care? Do we need to connect with others so that we're reminded of the power of love that we are? Allow that to be our takeaway, to think about how we can transform and heal not only our own mind, but our relationships with each other and our world. Keep your heart open. Allow your heart to help you navigate how we live our life. That is being a friend for life. Trust your heart. Keep your heart open. Surround yourself with people who help you keep your heart open, like our community. That's the beauty of coming here at Unityville Park. There's a lot of people who can help us to remind us to keep our heart open. As we keep our heart open, we will fulfill our greater good. And so it is. Amen. And now please join us as we integrate our message with our meditation with Lindsay.
Let's take a moment now in meditation. You may close your eyes if it feels comfortable for you, and just begin to center yourself in the stillness, in the quiet, is how we reconnect to what is, to our essence. Sometimes the sound of music, the sound of nature, the rain outside can help us recenter to that rhythm within. And of course, our breath is always that anchor that's there, reminding us to take a breath, to pause for a moment, and reconnect. And as you breathe in deeply, you release anything that does not serve you. Breathe in again very deeply and just release out, trusting that this is where you're meant to be right now in this place. And as we allow that energy, we can focus at our roots, down in our fingertips and in our toes, that energy is there. We feel it as we center ourselves and allow our breath to cleanse and get us into this space. At times we may lose sight of that peace, but at any time we can use our breath to recenter. We can release thoughts that don't serve us. Release any feelings of unworthiness. And just trust again, as you focus your attention on your heart center, that this is truth. This is where your love radiates out. And at times we may find it hard to send that peace and loving energy to our own self, but sometimes it's in blessing another with kindness, sending love, compassion, in being a friend to another. You can be a friend to yourself, and you can affirm, I am love. I am kindness. I am truth. I am the creator of my experience by choosing how to think, how to feel. And we're reminded of the impermanence of outer situations, of experiences. The rain will pass. The experiences will change. The outer conditions will not always be here, yet what remains is that truth, that love within you. And allow that radiant energy that you feel out of heart center and while thoughts come and go, you extend forgiveness, you extend love. Allow them to come and go without great push or pull, and just keep returning to what is truth. And as you bless another, you bless yourself. And whenever you need to recenter, you return to your breath. Allow a smile to grace your face. And just be love. Be a friend. And with that, roll your shoulders a bit. Begin to just open your eyes and look around you and know that you are a friend and that you are loved.
Thank you, Lindsay, for putting us into that heart space and knowing that we are friends for life, friends for the power of life. Now that is the time where we practice the law of circulation and supporting all of our friends of Unity of Oak Park so that we can continue to heal and transform not only our mind, but our families and our community. And we just envision all of the blessings that we received and we continue to receive with the awareness of good, the awareness of love. So as our prayer chaplains come forward, as our choir members sing and affirm, I am so blessed, we gather our offerings as we know that our offerings, both prayer and service, but also our financial contributions help to support Unity of Oak Park and bringing the message forward. There are many ways to contribute online and through your phones. You can go through our website and click on the contribution link, or you can also put your love offering in the baskets that come forward if you're here in person. And so let us join together as we sing, I am so blessed. We are definitely so blessed for all the offerings we receive, but for the connections and the friends that we continue to make. I want to honor our prayer chaplains as they are pure examples of being a friend who listens and holds the high watch for our community. Just know they're available right after the service, but they're also available Monday evenings as Mary Ann and all the prayer chaplains host their prayer meditation. The information's on our events link on our website. Please feel free to join us. Let us now affirm our offertory prayer as we bring our hands to our heart, our consciousness to all the good that we're creating together. And we affirm divine love expressing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is. Amen. Nice to see you.
on a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble smelled like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the beautiful music. Let's hear it again one more time. My name is Janine, and I'd like to remind you that a great way to find out what is happening here at Unity of Oak Park and to be engaged is by grabbing your phone and scanning the QR code on the chairs in front of you. If you have your phone handy, you can scan and see everything we have going on. You could also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to know what is happening. You may also look at our website at unityoakpark.org or watch the slides on the screens before and after the service to see our upcoming events. Here are a few exciting events to check out. The 5-week prosperity class, which will be held on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m., beginning this Thursday, September 15th. The outdoor movie night showing of The Wizard of Oz, which will be held this Friday, September 16th at 7:30 p.m. There will be popcorn, candy, refreshments, a raffle to win prizes, and you could also win a special prize if you come in costume. The Animal Pet Blessing event will be held on Saturday, October 1st at 11 a.m. And we will have our gala celebration on Saturday, September 24th at 6 p.m. You can purchase your gala tickets online or in the solarium after service. And you can register for the online auction at galabid.com. There is a gala planning team meeting today after service. The team is seeking volunteers to serve on the night of the event. Please stop by Billings Chapel to sign up for a shift. Also, hands-on technical assistance will be provided after service next Sunday on September 18th to help people get set up for the night of the gala. At this time, I would like to invite our wonderful co-chairs, Lindsay and Dan Paterno, to come up to pick the raffle winner for the exciting gala night on the town raffle.
Hey guys, how are you all? This was all the people that purchased tickets by August 21st, and we had about, what do we have, about 80 or so? I think, yeah, so that was kind of exciting. So there's a night at the Ritz downtown as part of the prize, and also a $200 gift certificate to Carmine's downtown. So here's all the names. Hey, a couple other things. Come by the solarium, stop by the gala kiosk over there. We're going to have a little preview of some of our live auction items, which is pretty exciting. And, just in general, too, if you just go to the website, you'll see the gala logo on our Unity Oak Park website, and just click on there, and everything is on that page. The volunteer links, how to purchase tickets, how to sign up on GalaBid. It's all there on our gala page. So Lindsay's going to pick it.
Oh my goodness, Dorothy Jackson! Enjoy.
So we'll see you guys after service, and we have a little sign-up sheet too for, 'cause we're looking for some volunteers for the night of, okay? Thank you.
And one more special announcement. This is Second Sunday, which is our special experience where we have family-friendly activities. And we've also started inviting community partners here, people in the community who are already doing great work for the families. And so we're so excited to welcome Julia Fu from Sarah's Inn to share just a little bit about what they do. And they'll also be at the table in the bookstore after service, so if you'd like to learn more. So, Julia.
Hi everybody, I'm Julia. I am the community educator at Sarah's Inn. We're located in Forest Park. And for those who don't know, Sarah's Inn is a domestic violence nonprofit agency where we provide free counseling. We have partner abuse intervention programs. We have free legal aid down at 2 courthouses in the city, one in Chicago and one in Maywood. And then we also have a prevention team where they go out to our local schools and they educate children on how to build healthy relationships so they don't fall into these bad habits when they get older. So we do have a little booth outside, so we look forward to meeting each and every one of you and maybe picking up some information. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you so much. We would also like to bless our youth and our youth director, Chris Manville. Please rise and join us for the prayer of protection, followed by the peace song as we conclude the service. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time.